So this video is probably the most important video in our series on consulting for equity, because this video is going to really help you understand if this is something that you are ready for right now or not. And then also, potentially, this may be a distraction away from something else that's really going well in your life. Just because you're aware and this is a possibility for you doesn't mean it may be the right time for you to pursue this at this moment, but this video is absolutely vital.
Beyond your paycheck, it's surges of cash that you can use to grow your net worth and feed your investments.
Hey, Chris Moore here, your intentional investor. And in this video, we're talking about the third topic in our Consulting for Equity training series. And this video is perhaps the most important one of the entire series. And just a reminder, if you haven't seen video one or video one where we talk about what is consulting for equity, and video two about why would business owners want to partner with you, and what do business owners really want, please go back before you watch this video and watch those two videos. They're not too long, they're really impactful, very potent, and then you can come back and watch this one. In case you're new to my channel, I have a Surges of Income podcast that we host sometimes a couple times a week, where I bring people just like you, and investors and entrepreneurs, business owners, marketers, and people looking to get into business acquisitions onto my podcast, and I literally mentor them live, completely off the cuff, and I talk about how we can help them generate surges of income, not just increase the income that they make every month or every paycheck, but money beyond the paycheck, beyond your normal living expenses, beyond what inflation and cost of living is eating up constantly. Money that can be easily investable in increasing your net worth. And you get surges of income by the sale of a property, the sale of a business profit distributions quarterly or monthly, as well as learning how to make lots of money up front, hosting big live events, virtual events, or product launches, and how we can take skills that you have and people who come onto my show and help you tap into surges of income that can absolutely be life-changing. And one of my favorite ways to do that is business acquisitions through consulting for equity deals. And in this video, we're going to talk about what you need to know before you pursue this tactic. Okay, so let's get started. Before you decide to do consulting for equity deals, you need to think about a few things. Number one, you've got to hold up the mirror and look at the mirror and ask yourself, what are your strengths? What do you have to bring to the table? If you watch video two, we talked about what do business owners actually want. Are you able to, with your knowledge, your skills, your experience, your connections, your resources, able to help business owners get what they want, get their time back, relieve stress, expand into new markets, new industries, increase their profit margins, get more revenue to the bottom line, hand off responsibilities? What do you have inside of you that people actually want? And if you don't have anything quite yet, there may still be a path, but also it's got to be okay that maybe right now is not the right time for you. And this is something I take very seriously. We're talking about someone essentially in business putting on a wedding ring with you and becoming partners. It's a very serious thing. So don't just try to get people out of their equity just because I teach you how to do it. Use these powers for good. The next thing I want to talk about is really thinking about your goals in life. Think about your goals in life first. We always hear about win-win, especially in negotiations and doing deals and partnerships. It's got to be a win-win, but I want you to solve for your win first. Think about what you're doing right now. Think about the goals that you've already established in your life. And is doing this going to distract you away from something that's already working really well for you, where you're making a lot of money, you're really making leaps and bounds, and you're coming closer to your dreams? Then don't just learn a new skill like consulting for equity and assume that everything else should go to the side and should just focus on this. A lot of times people are already on a great trajectory. Think about it like I explained about it in the first video. It's just another tool for your tool belt. It's something else that you have access to now that we've expanded your horizons, added this to your perspective, that you can do this maybe in the future. So I want you to think about that first. But remember, win-win, but solve for your win first. So like I said, accepting equity in someone else's business is very serious. So if you're not quite ready yet, or you don't have your heart in the right place, then this is not something I'd like you to pursue. A lot of this comes down to figuring out where you are in your journey. Go back to that mirror, look at yourself in the mirror, and really be honest with yourself. Where are you in your journey? Are you just starting out? Right? Are you kind of a rookie in the game, still honing in on your skills, still learning things, stacking, experiencing? going after those first big wins, right? For someone like you, this may be a more difficult path because when you go to somebody, you really need to be able to undoubtedly solve their problem, indisputably solve their problem. And a lot of this comes down to relationship and know, like, and trust. And people may know you and like you, but if they can't trust that you're an expert and they can't trust that you're going to get their business where they want to go, it's going to be a pretty difficult ride. But as you continue to move up in your experience and your expertise and you're kind of getting to your optimization phase where you've had some wins, you've had some experience, you really have some chops and you know what you're doing, you can start to get more equity than somebody who's just getting started, right? And as you continue to go on to more of your mastery stage, where you have lots of wins, you've got a great track record, people are paying attention, your reputation is growing and perceiving you, right? This is where you start to get a lot more power in negotiations for consulting for equity. And then you get to the next level, which is world class, where people know who you are, you have indisputable wins, people are saying, wow, I wish that person would work with me. Now you're the one being pursued. It's almost like a magnet. And this becomes a very powerful strategy. I made this chart that shows you kind of based off where you are, just getting started, optimization, getting to mastery, and even world-class stage. Depending on where you are on that line, the more equity and retainer fee monthly you can get paid just for plugging in what you do into someone else's business. I'll tell you personally, if I take on a consulting for equity role, it will come with a retainer fee as well, because the way I'm able to explain it in my negotiations is I'd love for us to stay in alignment and for me to take my time away from something else I'm already doing and allocating it towards this business and our new partnership. I have to have compensation, at least this much money, not to make it worth my while, but just to make sure I can focus on it and make it a priority in my life. And I want us to stay in alignment. Think about it, being at the world class or the mastery stage, it's an easy conversation to back up logically compared to just getting started. You don't really have any ground there to negotiate. So depending on where you are, you may have to put a little bit more sweat equity into it to get equity in the business compared to being at more of a world-class stage. They're happy to pay you a big retainer fee. So I hope you took this video and what I've said in this video to heart, where I'm not picking on you. If you're not quite ready to do this, just be honest with yourself and start staying focused on developing your skill sets and getting more indisputable wins, because that's going to really naturally and organically lend to know, like, and trust, where people are going to want to work with you. Remember what business owners want. Study that, think about that, and figure out how to develop the skill sets and leverage your time and invest your time now into learning those skill sets. It's going to make you very valuable in the future to business owners, and a lot of them are going to want to partner with you, not just hire you as an employee or a consultant. And what I'm really excited about is what I'm going to share with you in the next video called Establishing Your Buy Box. My buy box is pretty simple. I call it the Fab Five. Really, it's just a criteria in which would have to be true for me to be interested in doing any type of deal, working with a new company, or doing consulting for equity. I will reveal that at the beginning of the next video, and I really appreciate your time. I know you're on a path to generating surges of income. I know that consulting for equity is one of the ways that I have been able to generate quite a bit of wealth, and I can't wait to continue this lesson with you and empower you to be able to do the same. You've all heard the saying, you don't know what you don't know, but now you do. Now you've got new perspective. You've learned some things from me today around what consulting for equity is in the past videos, and then today talking about kind of what you should know before you pursue this and what kind of exercise you should go through to have some self-awareness whether this is the right thing for you to do or not. So I have a question for you. I want you to think about it, and I'd love to hear your answer as well. Just comment below and let me know. But are you ready for this? Do you have the skills, the indisputable wins, and the ability to give these business owners what they really need for equity? Just be honest with yourself. No one's judging you here, but I'd love to hear from you. If you have any other comments, feedback, or information you want to send to me, I'm happy to read through it all. And I can't wait to see you in the next video where I'm going to teach you how to establish your buy box. And I'm telling you, the buy box is so important. It's like a compass to help you make good decisions and avoid the bad ones.